There's a couple of different approaches to answering this justification because they're so wicked angle. The first one is like historical, right? Like, were these Canaanites, for example, these wicked people? Right.
And
Now, if we're just saying
wicked?
that they, yeah, right. If we're just saying that they were wicked because, they worshipped other gods. Well, I mean, that's a really weird standard for wickedness. And I think you probably need to think through if that really is deserving of genocide, right? No, is the answer.
The scary part, though, is looking at a lot of Christianity today. They would say yes.
Oh, yeah.
Or at least they would think that. They might not say it quite outright just yet. Some people certainly would. Sure. But like the vitriolic theology or stance or whatever that comes out of a lot of Christians today, it's not that far off.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry.
So, but that's a real question. So if you actually don't have a group of people that's crazy wicked, like the text seems to be describing them. So, for example, something like child sacrifice, the way the biblical text portrays these Canaanites is that they're just like killing all their babies, right? Well, I mean, where do we get that information from? The Old Testament, right? Can we find that archaeologically?
Trying to justify it.
Yeah, I mean, we don't. Heath Durrell, Francesca Stavrakopoulou have dealt with this amongst many other people. But I mean, I summarized their data in volume 1 of the handbook. But I mean, no, right? We don't have evidence outside of the Bible that has the Canaanites doing this incredibly, being all the time doing all this child sacrifice. Like we just don't have that. You have Punic colony. It's much later. Anyway. So that's one aspect to it here. You have the historical problem, the archaeological problem. It just doesn't. You can't verify that sort of thing.
Right.
But the bigger issue for me is that it's special pleading all day long, because I talk about comparing it to other ancient Near Eastern texts, and I look at, for example, kings that wrote or that had things written in the Middle Assyrian period, the end of the second millennium, or in the Neo-Assyrian period, in the first millennium. And they talk about how their god, Asher, is the one true God, right? Or is the right God to be worshiping. And
how else are you going to control people?
Right. And he commissions the king to go out into the foreign lands and to subjugate them, right? And why? Well, because they've been sinful. They've been so rebellious. Naughty. Yeah. And they have, essentially smacked Asher in the face, who was trying to be benevolent and provide for them and reach out to them. And so that's why, and even more so, as all Mesopotamian kings say, right? The Middle Assyrian and Neo-Assyrian kings will all say that they're the good guy, right? They're the shepherd. They're the one that
say I'm the bad guy.
Right.
I mean, but very, very few people are going to say that, and everything they're going to write down. I was just talking to William Reed about this, right? It's all going to be propaganda. I mean,